try to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record.
Boy, am I excited for this one. Welcome back to Tie Kicks for another week with one of the most special shoes I've ever reviewed on this channel to date. This is the Nike Adapt Earl BB. Being a kid of the 80s, I'm obviously an enormous Back to the Future fan, and not being able to get hold of what I can only describe as the ultimate grail for a kid of the 80s in the Air Mag.
Power laces, all right.
I've had to wait until the prices have come down to a point where they're affordable, and also understand where the technology in these shoes is going. Thank you very much to Nike for finally bringing this opportunity to me to get hold of a self-lacing sneaker, and within this box is the BB model, which is the Basketball Low Adapt. So one of the things about this particular sneaker that really sort of drew my attention was the more kind of futuristic design about it. I personally never really liked the Hyper Adapt when they dropped. I felt like it was Nike's attempt to try and play it safe with the styling. I felt it was a little bit too normal for something that's supposed to be a future shoe, and a lot of reviews later from when people got hold of them, they felt they weren't the most comfortable. So not only were they aesthetically, to me, not that pleasing and not that futuristic and mysterious, they were also kind of really horrible to wear comfort wise. Now with these, not only is the price point better, but the overall look is 100% better. Well, that's in my opinion anyway. Now let's get inside the box. So I've removed the outer sleeve of it because it comes with a sleeve that slides away from the exterior of this rather large box. And I'm going to put that to one side. And what we have here is this black box with the Nike swoosh emblazoned on the front of it, which is pretty dope altogether. This box is pretty massive. It's probably one of the bigger boxes that I've got out of all of the boxes in my collection. And on the front it has the words Nike Adapt BB UK, and it is a UK 9, US 10. It also has in the bottom corner the Earl wording and the Nike swoosh in the top corner, and on the top you've got Nike Adapt Earl BB. On the underside you've got lots of the different Nike branding logos, and you've also got on the sides these two enormous blue dots, and they also are on the other side too, both underneath, that have what Earl stands for, which is Electro Adaptive Reactive Lacing. So I'm going to stop talking about what the box looks like, and I think it's time to open it up. So we've got two tabs under here to lift up, and then we're going to lift it up by this handle from here. So I'm going to get rid of the tissue paper and let's have a look. So I don't think I've been more excited for a shoe than I have for this one. I've had so many shoes that I've reviewed over time, and this one is simply insane. I can't say anything more than how unbelievably excited I've been to get my hands on a self-lacing sneaker from the moment I saw Michael J. Fox try on that first pair of 2016 Nike Air Mag Earl edition. And obviously, as you're aware, they were extremely limited, only made 100 pairs globally. Anyway, onto the shoe. So as you can see inside the box, we've got this really futuristic looking design, basketball low. The styling on this is fairly minimalistic really when you come to think about it. It's not got anything that's overly too crazy and loud. We've got some icy blue undersole, we've got a white midsole, we've got the Nike swoosh in some 3M that's reflective on the side of the shoe, with it flowing into the kind of heel area with 4 dots gradually getting smaller to finish off that swoosh shape. And then we go into the heel area where we've got this really solid structure that is within. It's fairly reinforced as far as I'm aware, but it's got this sculpted back element throughout the back with an almost sort of faux suede kind of feeling. It's all very sturdy and solid through that heel portion. On the underside, you've got this icy blue midsole where you've got the circular kind of designs running sort of closer towards the center as it gets sort of darker into that center portion, and it ends with, on the top area, a small tiny little butterfly that has a Nike swoosh on the wing,
which means metamorphosis, which is to adapt with you.
The upper comprises, as far as I'm aware, of some form of sort of fly knit material. It does cover the lacing system, which a lot of people in previous reviews that I've seen did criticize Nike for kind of covering it up. I think it's kind of cool, but I also like the idea of not being seen and heard. Maybe not the right way round, but in my opinion, I kind of feel like there is that element of mystery to not being able to see the lacing system. And on the previous Hyper Adapts, you had the kind of Chinese finger trap looking lacing system that I really didn't like. I felt it was there just aesthetically to allow you to see that it was getting tighter, but I didn't really feel like I was that much of a fan of it. And it was definitely not like the Air Mag. With this, the lacing system has been refined. Internally, it's being pulled through the Nike engine that sits inside the midsole in the middle portion, roughly around where the buttons are on the side that light up in multiple different colors. It's very sort of stretchy kind of material that covers up that lacing system, but there is actually an internal tongue that you can see that is attached to this top portion of the shoe, and you've got 8 silver dots that run up to the top of the shoe's exterior tongue with the Nike swoosh at the top. This 3M swoosh that runs through the side also runs into the midsole area in black with a silver Nike swoosh inside it, which I don't really get. I didn't think it needed maybe another swoosh on the side. I'd love to know Nike's thoughts on why they added one more swoosh when there was a swoosh already there. Onto the inside of the shoe, you get the swoosh on the midsole, and then round to the back, lower area is this black, shiny black heel counter with the Nike swoosh embossed into the back of it. Inside the shoe, you've got this, which was the strangest shoe tree I've ever come across in my entire life, split into 2 parts, one to keep the front shape in the toe box area and the other one to keep the shape around the sock liner, yet they're totally detached, but they're made out of quite a sort of pretty sturdy plastic, and that comes in both shoes. One thing I can say about the Adapt BB is there are insoles that I believe you can remove with maybe a tad of force. I'm pretty sure that they're glued down through the front area, but they are exceptionally thick insoles. One of them is labeled with R for right foot, the other one is labeled with L for left foot. Like, you're going to get those mixed up, but it's always possible, so it's a nice touch to have the color effect running through the side of this particular insole with the letter on the side. It's reminiscent of the app that comes with this shoe as well, that allows you some extra functionality. Underneath the midsole, you've also got an area of black material that is covering the Nike engine. It's that one area of the shoe that obviously has to be well protected and also kept out of the potential of getting any liquids or water within them. It's definitely something that they've done their utmost to keep protected and making sure that the lacing system runs very smoothly through the shoe with no real visible signs of being able to see it run into that engine space. One thing that also is pretty amazing, that is a massive upgrade from the Hyper Adapt, was the charging system, where on the Hyper Adapt you had to attach it using a magnetic kind of plug that would attach to the underside of the shoe. This has now got Qi wireless charging. It's an enormous Qi wireless charging pad, as you can see here, but as far as I can tell, this will charge not only one, not only 2, but it can also charge 3 wireless charging phones. Underneath the Qi wireless charging pad for the Adapt BB is the quick charge USB Type-C cable and USB adapter. Fit wise on the Nike Adapt BB is true to size in my opinion. I feel like you could go half a size up if you do have wide feet and feel like they may be overly too snug, but after trying these on quite recently and wearing them a couple of times, I found that they did give way a little bit more. They were pretty difficult to get on the first time round that I put them on, and a couple of times after that. They do fit fairly snug from the get-go when they're loose, but they do lock your foot right in when you pull the tongue, and they auto lace. You can adjust how tight or how loose they are by pressing the buttons on the midsole. So the front button through here will tighten the shoe up. If you press and hold and they are totally undone, they will tighten to your desired tightness. And then if you press the button on the side, you can loosen them slightly, or you can press and hold and they will totally loosen out, allowing you to remove your foot. All I can say is thank you to Nike for finally producing an Adapt Earl shoe that is available and is more affordable. Yes, you could turn around and say that the price of these at £299 is ridiculously expensive, but when it comes to it, if you think about how much something like, say, a Yeezy 700 costs, it really isn't that expensive. There's an Adapt app that you can download on the Apple App Store, and you can also download it on the Android Play Store. It gives you access to being able to loosen and tighten the shoes, check your battery life, and also do software updates. It also will allow you to change the color of the lights to your chosen desire every time you press the buttons. There's also a button that will totally undo how tight your shoes are to your feet on both feet at the same time. This was the Nike Adapt Earl BB, and I think it's time that you checked them out on feet. These are simply insane.
I'm flipping the bars, I'm flipping the on record, off record, I still count wins when they doubt it. On record, off record, I let them take advantage, I was wildin'. On record, off record deals, tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record, I still want the act, not the ghost. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to go, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way.
I hope you enjoyed Tie Kicks for another week. This was probably one of my favourite quick reviews that I've done so far in 2019. I'm super excited to get wearing these now. I've held off for over a week since I managed to get hold of them. I'm so happy to have a pair of these, and I'm sure that the Earl and Adapt series is just going to grow, get better, and hopefully become even more affordable. I cannot wait to see what's coming in the future. I'll see you soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I will catch you this time next week for another one.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.